Alright, so today we're going to be doing back testing, and I just wanted to let you guys see the Lucid accounts. I mean, I bought these like on Friday, or fuck, no, it's not, like Tuesday, Wednesday, or Monday, but I haven't had time to trade. Pretty big investment for me. 5 Lucid accounts, but because I got paid out, and then we have us move down from probably supplies on probably this one. Move down, create new fair value down here lower. And overall, what I'm trying to do is be long around here and short around here, all right? But we don't really have a good shorting opportunity up here because you don't really see any good, because this left weak highs, right? And yeah, it means the bulls are struggling in the intermediate, but that also means that it becomes a clear target for them later on. So when I see something like this, I kind of want to think that there's a demand zone somewhere, but there isn't. So yeah, I mean, overall, this stuff right here, pretty hard to play. But it did leave a demand zone over here, which we do use on Wednesday. But for Tuesday, let's zoom in a bit and see what we can work with. We're pretty much just waiting for like a somewhat higher time frame zone to get created so we can use it. Okay, so after this move, all this fair value has been filled. We already traversed through it. So now we're looking for new fair value to determine where the trading opportunity is. So I think right there we break all-time highs. Yep, break all-time highs. So now we want to see where fair value is most likely at, so we can determine where to take our trade at. We have 5 minute there. And then these are I usually like marking these and then replaying because I want to remember where I took my longs at or where I took my trades at. Bro, did I run out of fucking internet? Bro, it's so fucking annoying. Give me a second, I'm gonna reset my Wi-Fi. Alright, never mind, we're back. Okay, so this 5 minute zone here, it ends up taking all the way down here to actually give us an opportunity. But if you look closely, it prints a 5 minute fair value gap that inverses this sell side, and then you want to drop to the lower time frame, drop to 1 minute. You can see that it leaves a 1 minute demand zone. We cut through all these orders, so all the supply in this leg has been filled. We drop back down, and yes, there are these 1 minute supply zones that start getting created here, but look at where fair value could be. Fair value, either down here or over here, but because of how grindy this leg down was, right? There was much more volume in the regular trading hours after market opened, so most likely this 5 minute demand zone is actually still high quality. And when you get to the lower time frames, like the 1 and 5, you shouldn't expect these zones to work out perfectly, right? This 5 minute zone technically still ended up working, and okay, I'm fucking lagging again because of my Wi-Fi, but because we created a new buyer stepped up and we created a new 1 minute demand zone, this 1 minute supply zone is in a bad location, so most likely it's just fake, right? And that's where I ended up taking my long. Right when we got there, I took a long entry, and yeah, for some more confirmation, we do get a bullish fair value gap to as another opportunity to join in on the trade. See where it goes. Boom. Pretty much where I took my exit. But yeah, with this being the 5 minute, I really do expect price to go all the way over here. So honestly, I think a good runner would have been like around here. But this is where I took another long entry if I missed this one on one of the accounts. Boom. Tested 1 minute demand. Bullish fair value, even though it's tiny as fuck, it does get created. And you see, the lower time frame fair value gaps, you shouldn't expect them to work perfectly. So the low of this leg did end up getting fucked up. So if you wanted like a 12-point risk, you would have been stopped out and you would have had to find a way to re-enter. But the thing is, this demand zone is still good, right? So I had my stop somewhere down here, and I was able to narrowly avoid getting stopped out, and that's when the real move comes up. And then if you want another entry, confirmation entry, boom, right there. That's another entry you could have took, 70 all the way up to 015, or maybe even this supply zone. Boom. Hey, you guys see that? And this is the importance of like not moving your stop, right? Had I moved my stop, I would have been stopped out. And that's the thing with the strategy. Like, it sucks, but going break even does save you from a loss, but it also could potentially fuck you out of a good setup. Like if you know from here in this general location, price is going to go up because look, this is the middle right here. This is where there's no good quality supply zone until all the way up here. I know that right here is the middle, and I expect the price to go through the middle to this nearest supply zone. So moving your stop doesn't really make sense, and we still get plenty of other opportunities to keep going long. We end up, yeah, I mean, 2 really good fucking trades there, and then we go into the 15-minute supply zone. So we get another potential entry. Okay, 5-minute demand zone gets printed on the arrival, and 15-minute supply ends up getting messed up. So now at this point you should know for sure that we are going to continue bullish, and this is pretty much where I stopped trading, but I'm going to keep on continuing with the day, and we'll see. Overnight now, I don't really like trading overnight, but 15-minute does, or 5-minute does end up working. It is very sloppy though. Yeah, we broke the high again, so 056 to, that's a 60-point gain. You would have had your stop beyond this or maybe even right here. Yeah, I mean, we break this high massively. That is to be expected because the moment this 15-minute supply zone failed, there were no sellers left. Alright, and this day right here, this was a harder day to play, but there was an overnight opportunity because on this move up, it was this very anorexic, I guess you'd say, and as a result, it's really hard to find demand. And honestly, I'd even argue that fair value is right here. But, I mean, there's one zone here, but it's in the middle of fair value, so I shouldn't expect it to work. And after being so far up upon all-time highs, it's like the first demand zone to stop working is like, that's your sign that the sellers have taken over. Like, over here we have a 15-minute. Yeah, we have a 15-minute bearish fair value gap that really does give you the indicator that a reversal is coming. Like, you always see those inverse fair value gap guys on Twitter saying that if you see one of these, it's time for a reversal. But the thing is, you gotta look at the context. The bulk of the volume, trading volume, has been down here, and then like no fair value gaps have been printed that have flipped a bullish one until all the way up here. So now you can start fuck. You can fuck. I can't fucking talk. You can start having the idea that sellers are in control. That's what I'm trying to say. Holy fuck. All right, so you swap to the 5-minute. You see pretty good zones here. You technically see 2, which I mean, I like having it just as once, just so I know that in this area I should be looking for a reversal, right? So yeah, I mean, this right here, this gives you a sign we are now bearish. Drop to the 1-minute, and this is really hard to play because of how fast it goes, and there's like barely any pullbacks. You really only get one right here at 651, and then you'd have to have like a huge ass stop. Well, it's only 40 points ish. Yeah, it would be like 30 point stop, which I don't know if you want to take or you just want to put it behind one of these bars. But the moment this demand zone was taken out, yeah, I mean, the bulls had to like sustain everything there. So yeah, we get an opportunity right there. 7:30 in 10 minutes. I mean, yeah, you guys see this? Another opportunity here. Boom. Put it behind that swing high. Another opportunity right there. When sellers are in control like this, you should expect a lot of opportunities to join in. It's just which one are you willing to have the most risk on, right? And yeah, I mean, look at this. Just literally in the morning you wake up, you just pretty much take every short setup you got in your playbook, whether it's a fair value gap or a break of structure or inverse fair value gap or a supply zone. I mean, you didn't really get any supply zone setups here, but yeah, and then when you see an up move like this, that's like your opportunity of like, okay, let's see if I can join this trade somehow. And the one that ends up working is this one right here. Still would have been hard to join in on this trade because you don't know whether this is going to be the zone that works or not, but this one still ends up giving you around 70 points here if you were to take it. And there is like a 1-minute demand zone here, which again is very surprising that works. But hold on, I need to save this. Oh wait, no, I need to make it blank. Fuck. Save as. then you name it 1 minute. There we go. All right, yeah, so this 1 minute demand zone ends up lifting price up, and then now it would be look at here. Let's see if we can find a better like zone to work with, essentially, right? Because you know the bias is short still. It just, you want to see which opportunity it is that it's going to give you. I think this might be an opportunity here too, honestly, right here. I mean, it's hard because it's like after this big move, like how do you know whether like this is it or not? But I think this might be an opportunity here. If not, unlucky. I mean, yeah, it ended up being the opportunity because, yeah, I mean, this demand zone was pretty much filled. And you get a bearish fair value gap here. Yeah, I don't like this middle line. I mean, yeah, after you do it so long, you can kind of see. And this is just because this is like the bearish signal. And this 1 minute demand zone, it's like, where is it coming from, right? Because this area right here is just filled orders. And look, you look exactly right here. Do you really see any spot that this demand zone could have came from? No. So this was just some bullshit right here. And let's say you do decide to have this 5 minute demand zone. You could argue that this is a demand zone right here. It's a hard argument, honestly. But if you do, look, it's already been filled. So this day, it was like, we use this to get a better entry, this 1 minute demand zone. And that's just something that comes with experience. And, yeah, I mean, no, like, you gotta, like, just watch the markets long enough to know that bullshit like this doesn't mean long, right? Like, you were pretty much trapped. You are a trapped buyer if you bought this. That's why it's like, when you, like, really keep your eye on the supply and demand equation, you will find where your trading opportunities are. And, I mean, you see it right here. Like, after this demand zone is done, where's our next demand zone? It's all the way down here. So, ideally, you have a trade running all the way to, like, here. And then, yeah, this is why I had it marked as fair value, because how far does this really go? Yeah, 160. And again, I'm still banking on this being the demand zone. That is essential, because look at what happened. Boom, boom, boom. Like this area right here, there's going to be a strong imbalance somewhere below. And if you go to the 15-minute chart, that's what you see. Again, that's why I had this marked as fair value, because it's really hard to it's really hard to trade in fair value. Like, you're going to be stopped out constantly. Like, if you took this bearish fair value gap, I mean, honestly, it would have worked had you followed the rules. How many points is 947? Yeah, you would have got a decent amount of points, but it's like, why do you want to make it harder? Like, up here is like where you actually want to have a trading opportunity. Like, let's see if we get a retest here, because we get a retest around here. I'd say that's also another good opportunity. Or right here, probably the second closest one you got. And yeah, I mean, we end up dropping 100 points. Probably gonna bust a low soon, because look how weak this low is. There's liquidity sitting right here. Oh, we end up not busting it though. And then you don't want to stay stuck on the 1 minute time frame either, because look, maybe there is a new demand zone that gets printed in. You could make the argument that this is one right here. Let's try the 15-minute. I think we're going to be bullish from here on. Yeah, because, okay, I'll let you guys know what I saw that made me think, oh, we're going to be bullish. So, this right here is a decent supply zone, you would think. But if you look behind it, it is actually kind of ass because of how many orders there are behind it that have been filled. But the main thing is that we ended up flipping it, right? 5 minute right there. We ended up flipping it. New bullish fair value gaps. New bullish fair value gaps, and then you could make the argument that this is the demand zone right here. That's literally what I saw. I saw that in like a second when we were flipping time frames. Like, oh, that could be a bullish or a demand zone right there. But because of how strong this move up is, and considering that we're considering this the 5 minute demand zone that is helping price lift up, that is the reason why price is gonna keep on going up. And then we go into a. Is this the 1 minute? I don't remember. Yeah, this was the 1 minute. And look, and the overnight, this 1 minute supply zone ends up working, right? But then we end up touching this 5 minute demand zone, and look, you have a clear range of where you don't want to be trading. You're either taking a short in here or a buy setup in here. The reason why I record these backtesting videos is because it honestly does help me to talk it out loud and review the trading day, because then it's like, I don't know, it just helps me, like, by explaining it to others, it really helps with the learning process, because I'm still learning this system too, and I'm probably always going to be doing it until fucking, I don't even know, I'm going to be doing this for at least another 3 fucking years, so you really got to get proficient. Honestly, I see myself doing this all the way until I'm like mid-30s, honestly, because I am going to be able to make a decent amount of money, and this is like what I want to do for a living because of the freedom and shit. But anyways, okay, boom. And then after you see this was like the curve, right? 1 minute, 5 minute, we break out of that range, and now look at where price is going to go. I bet it's going to go all the way down here. And let's have 730 marked out. And actually, I do remember taking an overnight trade on my Lucid eval right around here, because look, boom, clear range defined. We flip this 5 minute with this 15 minute. This is the new leg we're working with. This is going to be the new middle. Look, boom. We're filling orders, 15 minute bullish fair value gap. It ends up holding. Boom. See? Ends up holding. And a new one got produced. I probably marked down the 5 minute. Oh, wait, this is the 5 minute. Oops. Okay, but anyways, point being, look at this. And then with this 5 minute, yeah, you get some bullshit, but this is like the confirmation right here. We ended up getting 1 minute BISI, and then we had a 1 minute demand zone that was about to be formed. Or no, this pretty much was a 1 minute demand zone right here. 1 minute demand zone, and then you could also make the argument that this was the one, like, I really front ran this one right here. I entered early because when I see like a basing formation like this, I'm assuming that 2 rally candles are going to get created, and I only assume that when we're in a good location. Like, you could have assumed it here too. You see a basing formation, the moment we break that high, boom, we rally, continue rallying. That's what happened, boom. So yeah, I ended up taking a trade over there, and even though it's in the overnight, I just happened to be looking at the charts because I had alert set for 15 minute, and I periodically checked on it, and I'm like, wait, this is actually formed to be a good setup, and then boom, look at this. Target hit, end up going for like 20 more points. And yeah, I mean, that was the long setup, but look at what the curve is. 15 minute, we fuck around in the middle, but then we're going to eventually hit it, and then you'll know whether the trade is short there or not. We'll go to 15 minute real quick. Okay, so Wednesday, the 15 minute does end up working, but I see that I've marked. There is a 1 hour. We fill it. Fuck. I mean, I really wanted to not see that, but yeah, drop it on 5 minute BISI. 5 minute bullish fair value gap. Boom. That's an entry right there. I didn't trade it. Yeah, I marked out the spots already that I did trade. But I mean, at this point, it's like, this is very clear. This leg up, this tells you the curve has opened up all the way to like here. We are going to be long all the way up till here, right? So, I mean, let's see what happens today. And this is when I took my personal account for 130 bucks. I longed down here, but some fucking bullshit happened with the order management, which is why I need to like have OCOs and shit. But essentially, it flipped my position, and I got stopped out early for moving my stop break even. It's fucking bullshit. It's whatever, but I would have had a really good day otherwise. I didn't take it on any of my top step XFAs, unfortunately. That was a trade that really should have been high. That was like an A+ setup right there. Anyways. Okay. Yeah, so we have a 15 minute demand zone. And again, no supply ahead. So, hold on, let me check the other time frames to make sure. Okay, yeah, I mean, in this spot right here, you really have no supply all the way up to 3,200. So, go to 15 minute. You see that it starts working. Check to 5 minute. 5 minutes not going to give us decent entry for a long time. So, let's drop to 1 minute. And I'm just waiting here. I'm literally just waiting for a potential long entry. This could have been one right here, because we did have a 1 minute demand zone. but you want to wait it out and play safe. Boom, right there. 1 minute demand zone right here as well. You wait, boom, instant retest. I'm instantly in. This leg right here, I know for sure we are at least hitting right here. Okay? And, I mean, I'll show you guys the trade of 8. Oh, wait. I mean, okay, you guys can see my Lucid Evals right here. 50, 50, 600, 51,000, 58, 45, 55, 89. I mean, that's where every count's at right now. I'm trying to pass those guys quick, so don't be surprised if I end up blowing some in that process. Boom. Target hit literally the next 2 minutes. And then we enter the supply zone. I'm thinking, oh, this is a good spot to go short. We go. Still trending up. Still trending up. I thought we had an entry right there. And it ended up not fucking working because it should be right here. This is where I took a short. Somewhere around there. Yeah. Ended up only going for 30 points. I didn't want that. I wanted like a really big reversal. Ended up chopping around more. And then, yeah, we end up just chopping around for the rest of the day. And that's just us filling these orders here. And that's pretty much the end of that. So, yeah, I mean, that was the backtesting session. We're all caught up now. Waiting trade Friday. Let's go make the pre-market plan right now. Ooh, so we are starting to reverse here, okay? So let's move to the 5 minute. Let's see if we can find a good thing. Okay, I mean, this is going to be really fucking tough here. So, okay, no, I don't see it. Any demand zones here. Like, I'm really just looking for the next demand zone that could be right here. Boom. Like, do you see how much fair value is building up there? You want to look at where the bulls last line of defense is and where the bears are. So I'd say this is it. If this fails, we're dropping all the way down here. Seriously. Okay, check the 15 minute. Let's see if we can find any supply zones. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any good ones besides this one right here. So I'm probably going to set an alert for this one if we do end up testing it. But this might have to be a plan that I make in the morning. I mean, this is going to be very interesting. I don't really know. Yeah, okay. Anyways, that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm going to try to see if I post another one today, maybe tomorrow. And then, yeah.